What's up, y'all? It's Kamikaze MMA coming back for another video. The undisputed top 10 fighters, favorite fighters. All these fighters should be your top 10 favorite fighters. No, I'm just joking. These are my personal favorite top 10 fighters, and I know y'all saw the thumbnail. We'll get to my favorite fighter, Macy Chasson. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But two runner-ups were on the thumbnail. Got Raul Rosas Jr. for coming up with the best catchphrase of all time. You already know what it is. I don't even have to say it. That's how much power that man holds. And then we got Diego Lopez because his fight style is fun as hell. But let's get on to my list, all right? Let's get on to it. Starting off, we got Dustin Poirier at number 10. Now, this might be low for most of y'all, but Dustin Poirier wasn't one of my favorite fighters for a while because this man was not taking fights with anyone outside of the rankings, okay? This man was just basically like, nah, I'm either fighting for championship fights or number one contenders fights. That's really it. And if you're not a number one contender already, I don't really want to fight you, so... And then he took the fight with Benoit Saint Denis, and I was like, dang, this is kind of a death sentence for him. But he got that shit done. I'm from Louisiana originally, so, you know. I always liked him because he was from Louisiana, but he wasn't one of my favorite fighters. I kind of disliked him when he wasn't taking fights. But once he took that Benoit fight, I respected the hell out of him for that. You know, respected the hell out of him. And then he got that shit done. Still would have respected him. Still would have been on my top tier list. And then went toe for toe, tat for tat, tit for tit with Islam. And that's hard to do. Islam's good. Unfortunately got submitted. I think if he would have pulled the guillotine, he would have gotten it. But he got submitted. So it is what it is. But DP really grown on me. I've seen a lot of videos. This man has a big heart. He's a great dude. He really seems like a good person. Dustin Poirier is coming in at the 10 spot. Now, number 9 is 2 people. And you're going to be like, whoa, what? Why is it 2 people? It's because one of these people wouldn't have been on my list. And one of these people kind of left the list. So let's just get into it. It's Topuria and Volk. I put them together because Topuria was like number 2, number 3 of my favorite fighters when he was right before he fought Volk, and then he just became insufferable. But he became a little prick. Like, I low-key hate him now. I low-key hate him so much. But he was one of my favorite fighters before that fight. His fight style is amazing. His fight style is one of my favorites. Top 2, top 3 in the UFC. But Volk's always been up there too. But his fight style's fun. Not the best fight style, but it's fun. His talk is fun. Look at me now. That's always fun. I stood up for myself and look at me now. Not Leon Edwards, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just had to pin them together because Topuria became insufferable, and it made me like Volk so much more. And then seeing Volk get KO'd by him was pretty sad, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's my number 9 spot. I had to pick both of them because I didn't feel like choosing one or the other, and neither of them felt like they really belonged in there. No offense, Lucas Tracy. But yeah, that's it for number 9. Number 8 is Jack Della Maddalena, JDM. JDM might not be good on the mic. He might not have the flashiest style, you know. But that pure boxing, especially in the welterweight division where I feel like there's so many like kickboxers. There's so many flashy fighters. There's so many grapplers. Just having someone with boxing, just gritty boxing. And fighting out there like it's the Dark Knight Rises, you know what I'm saying? The man's so gritty. JDM's just been one of my favorite fighters for a while. He hasn't done anything to make me dislike him. And so he falls in at the number 8 spot. I really like JDM. Moving up, number 7, Yuri Prohaska. Now, Yuri was probably my number 10 favorite fighter till this upcoming week. This man is so funny. I don't even think he means to be. I wasn't even going to say this for the video, but I really don't know if he means to be. I'm not trying to disrespect him. Maybe he's just a comedic genius, but I really don't know if he means to be funny or not. It's really, I just don't know. It's just, I just don't know. But he's so funny. He's so funny. You can't help but like him. You know what I'm saying? So, and his fights, whoa. His fight style. That's where he really got me. First off, the video of him going, "I'm coming," is fucking hilarious in and of itself. But then when you match it with a fight style of a warrior, the most warrior fight style you could ever watch. Man looks like has 5 extra chromosomes out there. You know what I'm saying? Just full warrior mode. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I can't give enough praise to his fight style, and I can't give enough praise to his comedy. I don't even know if he's trying to be funny, though. I mean, sometimes he'll laugh, and I think he's trying to be funny then, but it's not even when he's saying funny things. He'll just be like people will laugh. I don't know, bro. Yuri's funny as hell, though. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, moving up, we got Charles Oliveira. Charles Olives at the number 7 spot. The champ has a name. And it's unfortunately not Charles Oliveira right now. But, the champ has a name. That line was sick. Unfortunately, it's not Charles anymore, but his run was the most fun in lightweight history. I don't care what you're saying. Islam's been pretty fun, but his matchups have been weird. Every single matchup Islam's had has been weird. I'm not trying to hate on Islam. I give him all the credit. He's by far the lightweight GOAT in my opinion. By far. But his matchups have been weird. Charles just did everything Khabib did, but better. So, Khabib's like number 4 in the lightweight rankings. Number 3, maybe, if you want to give him that. You could give BJ Penn. You could put BJ Penn above Khabib for all I care. You could put Conor above Khabib for all I care. Khabib's career was good, but I don't know. He's just so overrated. I think Islam is the best lightweight of all time. So you can't call me a hater. I just think Khabib is so overrated. But anyways, moving up, we got at number 5, we got Corey, the Sandman Sandhagen. I really like Corey. I'm actually training with him right now. I unfortunately haven't done any rounds with him yet, but I love Corey Sandhagen. His style is amazing. That's why I moved to Colorado in the first place, was because of Corey Sandhagen. He's the one that I want to implement my game after, I have a little bit of that Alex Pereira style, a little bit of that Topuria, Conor McGregor style, but Corey Sandhagen puts it together better than anyone. I really think he's the most well-rounded fighter in the UFC when it comes to grappling and striking. Islam's up there. Islam's just tied with him. One of them could be better. One of them, but I think he's up there. I really do. His striking is better than Islam's, but Islam's grappling is probably better than his, fairly better than his. So I think it evens out. Anyways, Corey Sandhagen, and he's funny too. If you watch his interviews, he's pretty funny. He's probably the second funniest bantamweight behind Merab, because Merab is so funny. Merab's not on this list because I honestly could have put him at number 10. I was thinking about it. I was deciding between him, Jose Aldo, and Dustin. But, I don't know why they didn't get runner-up, but I just put their name out there, so that's cool. But yeah, Corey Sandhagen comes in at the number 4 spot. Number 5 spot. Love Corey to death. when I'm saying this, I'm not just saying like the people in general or their fight style or anything like that. It's just like the only reason that Corey's probably not number one or number two is because of the Rob Font fight, which he was injured for. So you can't really put that on him. But it is what it is. Moving up, Sean Strickland at the number 4 spot. Sean Strickland is another person that I like to emulate his style. I think he's the most underrated striker of all time in the UFC. The most underrated striker. You get... I swear, I feel like people just like shit on his striking constantly. They're just like, bro, how does this dude beat anyone? His striking is so terrible. His flimsy little... Bro, get teeped. Get teeped by Sean Strickland, call it flimsy, you little assholes. Get teeped by him. See if you could take 10 teeps. Why do you think Paulo Costa wasn't engaging? Sean Strickland was throwing 50% power and Paulo Costa couldn't engage with him. But yet he's a bad striker. He's a bad striker. Okay, whatever. Whatever, bro. Y'all are wild. Anyways, moving up, we got Michael Venom Page. Michael Venom Page has been one of my favorite fighters long before he was in the UFC. Long before. I didn't even think he was going to beat Kevin Holland, to be honest with you. I wasn't picking him against Kevin Holland. I didn't think he still had that speed. Seeing him lose to Mike Perry kind of just was like, ooh, maybe it's not it. But he couldn't kick in that fight. He couldn't, bare knuckle boxing with his style is a weird. That doesn't really go well together. So, I do kind of feel bad for the judgment I made on that, but MVP's been one of my favorites. His personality is one that I like to emulate, in the cage. The dancing, I love dancing. I love his little just back and forth. And then my favorite highlight of his is that one kick where he does the spinning tornado kick, kicks him, and then just stands there looking out in the crowd. That's probably that might be the coolest MMA moment of all time. Besides Max Holloway, just because of the implications. But just on a moment basis, I think that's the coolest moment in MMA history. He hits him, stands still, the dude walks away, and then falls over. It's probably the coolest moment in MMA history if you're not taking into account anything besides just the moment. You know what I'm saying? Going in, we were just talking about him. At my number 2 spot, we got Blessed. The best is blessed, you know what I'm saying? We got Max Holloway as my second favorite fighter. I love Max. Him and my first favorite are probably like really close to being tied. People talk shit on Max for having pillow hands. Bro, he's a human being. I'm so tired. Like, people don't have pillow hands. People are human beings. People can inflict damage. Now, you have some outliers like Francis Ngannou and Trevor Peak, and Steve Erceg, You got those outliers that just have that crazy KO power. But, like, dude, he's a human being. He does not have pillow hands. He KO'd only person to flatline KO Justin Gaethje. He KO'd the Korean Zombie. He KO'd, we didn't really KO, but he TKO'd Jose Aldo. And he knocked down Arnold Allen. That's what I was trying to think of. And I think he knocked down Volk, didn't he? Yeah, Max Holloway is one of my favorite fighters. He's very well respected, but he's also, I feel like he gets disrespected quite a bit. But it is what it is. Max Holloway's up there for me, one of my favorite fighters. I'm trying to think, who was my favorite fighter when I first got into the UFC? Oh, no, I know who it is. Okay. Now just hear me out, alright? Hear me out first. It was around 2017, 2018, maybe a little later. Let's see. I hold on. I think it was around then. I think it was around 2017, 2018 when I really got into the UFC and started watching it. Yeah. So, 2018, 2019, little earlier, 2017 was like when I first started getting into it. 2018, 2019 is when I really got into it. You know what I'm saying? My favorite fighter was the dog bender himself, Israel Adesanya. And man, it hurts. It hurts that I can't even be a fan of him anymore. He's just so unlikable. He's become the most unlikable fighter in the UFC. I really don't know how people like him anymore. I really don't get it. He's become fully unlikable. Yeah, I just don't understand it. But he was my favorite fighter when I first got into the UFC. It was Israel Adesanya. I mean, I still enjoy his fight style. I think people say he's boring. The only real boring fight he had, in my opinion, was the Yoel Romero. The Jared Cannonier fight wasn't anything to write home to, especially because of how much shit he was talking. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad fight. But yeah, it really sucks because that was my favorite fighter. I was like a fan of him. I was a kid too, to be fair, but I'm not a fan of people anymore. I'm a fan of Raul Rosas because he says he has the best catchphrase. I'm not really a fan of too many people anymore. I have favorite fighters because, I enjoy the sport, but I'm my number one fan, so I don't need to be a fan of anyone else, but I still have my favorite fighters. I was a fan of Israel Adesanya, though, and that sucks because that man is so unlikable. Moving up to my favorite fighter, Alex Poatan Pereira. All right? Now, what should we get out of this list? Well, let me tell you why Alex is my favorite fighter. First off, when I started disliking Izzy was when he was like, yeah, this dude's going to be in a ball and he's going to be trying to find a crack hoe to suck his dick and he's going to be like, yeah, I beat that guy once, looking at me winning all these belts and everything. I was like, okay, bro. Like, all right, you're kind of being like a little bratty. You're being a little bratty with that, but it is what it is. And then Alex came into the UFC and I was like, bro, there's no way that he's gonna. There's no way that him and Izzy are even gonna be able to fight, because he's just gonna get taken down and ragdolled. Like, there's no way they're even gonna be able to fight. So I don't know why they're promoting this, but whatever. Gets through basically everyone. Sean Strickland fight happens. I was like, okay, cool. At least Sean Strickland's gonna win. Because this is when I started liking Sean Strickland. Was around this time. Chael was talking about his experiences with Sean Strickland and everything, and I was like, yeah, dude, I like this dude. I hope he beats Alex. Alex comes out there, KOs Sean Strickland in 2 minutes, and it was like one of the cleanest KOs I've ever seen in my life too. That punch on the way down that accuracy just made me a fan instantly. And then they go into the Izzy fight. The first Izzy fight, I was on the line of rooting for Izzy and rooting for Alex. I was like, ooh, I like both of these dudes, but I'm going for Izzy. Izzy loses. I'm like, oh man. All right, well, I'm sure they're going to do a rematch, They get the rematch set. I'm talking to my brother. In Miami, I'm talking to my brother. And I'm talking to him and I'm like, bro, Alex is about to kill this man. He's about to kill this man. The fight, right before the fight starts, I just see a glimmer of something in Alex's eyes, and I see nothing in Izzy's. But I see a glimmer of fear in Alex's eyes. Never seen that in my life. I don't know. It was so weird. I turned to my brother and I was like, bro, there's something wrong with Alex, bro. I think he's going to lose this fight. I think he's going to lose this fight. After I was talking up the whole week how good Alex was, I was like, I think he's going to lose this fight. And my brother was like, I don't know, man. We'll see. He doesn't really watch it like that, you know. But he was like, I don't know, man. Let's see. The fight starts. Alex comes out whooping on Izzy's ass. Whooping that ass. I was like, okay, I guess I was fucking wrong. He fucking drops him in the first second with a leg kick, I think. Maybe he didn't drop him, but he hurts him bad with a leg kick. Izzy's like on the fence, getting his ass beaten. His ass beaten. And I was like, all right, Alex got to relax here a little bit. I mean, he doesn't have Izzy hurt that bad. And then the right hand hits Alex Pereira. And I was like, oh, he's rocked. Oh, the fight is over. And that's the day that Alex became my favorite fighter. Not joking. Seeing him get KO'd by Izzy made him my favorite fighter. Never happened before. I don't think it can happen again. But him losing to Israel Adesanya made me more of a fan of him than him beating out Israel Adesanya, which is weird. But, yeah, that's when Alex became my favorite fighter. He lost to Izzy, and I was like, oh, well, that sucks. And I was scared for him against, what's his name? Against Jan Blachowicz. I was scared, but he out leg kicked Jan, which I thought was the crazy. I thought Jan had the best leg kicks in the UFC. Easily out leg kicked Jan. Another one when he became fully became my favorite fighter. Probably it was when he out leg kicked Jan Blachowicz, the man who's made out of bricks from Joe Rogan. But anyways, what should you be taking away from this list? Okay. So, we got Dustin Poirier, because I'm from Louisiana. We got Topuria and Volk, because I like both of them, but neither of them would make my top 10, so I put them together so I could get both of them in there. We got JDM for the gritty boxing. We got Yuri Prohaska for the just not newfound humor, but the just burst of humor that came in. And one of the best fight styles of all time. Then we got Charles Oliveira for his fight style, being the most entertaining lightweight. Sorry, Michael Chandler. I don't know who tunes in for a Michael Chandler fight and is like, this is going to be the most entertaining fight. All right. Corey Sandhagen, that's why I moved to Colorado, one of my favorite fighters ever. Sean Strickland, just, funny and just says whatever comes to mind, which I appreciate. And his striking is top 10 all time. I think I posted something on Twitter today. His striking is top 10 all time. I really do think that. I think him and Alex I think Alex is the best striker to ever touch the UFC. That's just my opinion, though. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but Sean Strickland's top 10 all time, in my opinion, too. Strikers, not just MMA, just purely strikers. Then we got MVP, best moment in MMA history, if we're just looking at the moment. And then we got Max Holloway, best moment in UFC history, if we're looking at the whole scope of everything. And then we got Alex Pereira for just being a fucking warrior. I'm also kind of being racist here because I'm Native American. And both of my two favorite fighters are also Native American. So, I'm pulling a little DJ there, if you know what I'm saying. I was going to make this in the other video, but I forgot. Bro, DJ, I swear, unless, it's a mismatch, not even, sometimes he's low-key stupid. I love DJs. These are UFC fighters. Let me just clear that up. Nate Diaz and DJ would be on this list if I was just talking MMA. But these are UFC fighters that I'm talking about. But DJ's takes recently have been just so bad. And then he was interviewing MVP, and MVP was talking about Pokemon Go, but he said it like Pokemon, and DJ was like, "What's that? What's Pokemon Go?" And then his Michael Wanzo or whatever, his producer or whatever, had to come in and be like, DJ, you're a fan of Pokemon. How do you not know what Pokemon Go is? And he was like, oh, Pokemon Go? I thought you were saying Pokemon. Like, he's just, I don't know. I do love DJ, but his takes are whoever has more melanin in their skin, he's picking. Like, genuinely. He picked Paulo Costa over Sean Strickland. That tells you all you need to know. Alright. Anyways, this is basically all. A little longer of a video. I didn't think it was going to be this long. I thought this was going to be like a 5-10 minute video, but I really dragged this one out for y'all, so I need those likes and subscribes. Peace out.